Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. Bournemouth against Everton, joined by Andy at L Pavotti FTBL on Twitter. If you haven't followed them already, do so.
Thank you.
Andy, Bournemouth at the weekend, Sunday 2 o'clock, Sky Sports. Another Sunday game for Everton. Obviously just had the international break, but
Thank God football's back, eh?
yeah, thank God real football's back.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a tricky game for Everton.
Can be,
You know, they've been, since Bournemouth were promoted, we've not won down there apart from an FA Cup third round tie when, or whenever it was, when Martinez was the manager. Ross Barkley getting the, I think it was Roman Barkley, we won 2-0. Other than that in the league, we've had a horrific 3-3 that year.
Yeah, I was on the back of that Chelsea game as well, which we can see in the last minute as well, yeah.
We lost 1-0, we've lost 2-1 there. And last season we were 2-0 up and cruising and ended up drawing 2-2.
Yeah,
so not being a great ground for us so far.
No, they're a weird team, Bournemouth. They go through like patches of really good form, don't they, win 4 or 5 on the bounce. That's generally what keeps them up, because obviously they are open, they play expansive football with Eddie Howe. But when we go down there, I don't know, our away form hasn't really been good since Martinez anyway, has it? So we do seem to struggle here. I think we should beat them, but it's difficult. They certainly can exploit certain parts of the way they play. They do play open. A lot of gaps between the midfield and defence because they do play a 4-4-2. A lot of gaps in the team. It's whether we can exploit them in whether. But they have got some firepower which could cause us trouble. So it's a balance really.
It is. I mean, the game last year down there, Everton I thought played really well. I think we controlled the majority of the game. We lost Richarlison sent off.
Yeah, Adam Smith, yeah. You
know, in the first half, and that kind of, I want to say curtailed us, but it didn't really, because we got into half time. It kind of rejuvenated us. We came out in the second half and scored 2 goals. Yeah. Michael Keane and Theo Walcott put us 2 up, and and we still carried the threat even with 10 men, and we were cruising, like you say. Leighton Baines then give a cheap penalty away, and Nathan Aké poked one in for 2-2, and although we had opportunities to win it late on, you come away from it thinking it was 2 points dropped because we were in a good position. But you're right, Bournemouth are a good side. I mean, they're a good footballing side. It does remind me of Roberto Martinez in the way that they do play nice football. They score a lot of goals, but last season they scored 56 goals and conceded 70. You know, big differences.
I admire the way he goes about it, because he's not, he's not the typical manager who comes up and closes the back door first.
No.
You know, and tries to play for draws, nicks points here and there. He's always played his way. Obviously, it's why they don't finish higher in the league. They play going forward. They are probably closer to a top half team, but at the back, the relegation candidates at times with how many goals they concede. So. I like Bournemouth though. I like watching them. They're a good side, so I like some of the players. I like some of the players they bought recently as well. They're a nice footballing side. As I say, though, Everton with the talent level, the depth of talent we've got, the organisation that we've now got with the back, we should be able to beat them, really. I think this is the time we should go over the hoodoo.
You mentioned it there about Everton's away form, and if Everton are, and it's not being disrespectful to Bournemouth. It's more about what we're trying to achieve, so to speak. They've done incredibly well. They haven't got a big budget really in terms of what they can spend. They only have 11,000 fans packed in, but they make a lot of noise. Like you say, always go for the win. Sometimes it works for them, sometimes it works against them. And Eddie Howe's never changed his principles. He plays the same way week in, week out. Okay, he might tinker with the formation, which he does, but there's still an open
on the front foot.
They're not a Sam Allardyce, Tony Pulis, Sean Dyche type team, are they? So you'd have to give them credit for that, because we don't, we'd rather watch teams like Bournemouth than watch.
The league would be much better.
Exactly. So, but from Everton's perspective, which is what we're here for, we're trying to get into Europe this season, and if you're trying to get into Europe, you have to start winning away matches. Now, as far as I'm concerned, we've played Crystal Palace away and Aston Villa away, 2 teams that we should have took 6 points from. In my opinion, we didn't score a goal in either game, and we only took 1 point. So that has to change. And a team like Bournemouth, who are 15th in the table at the moment, they've lost 50% of the games so far this season. And you know, the 2 home games, they've only took a point themselves at home. So this represents an opportunity for Everton to go there and to get the 3 points. And really, you know, if we're going to finish in Europe, we need 7 or 8 away wins.
We do, and you did the team. You know, obviously when we look at the fixtures, the top 6 away, you know, you're hoping to get weak points there, but it's not the way you pick up the most points is against those other 13 sides in the league that are outside the top 6. And so we need to win games like this. These are the type of games we need to win. And as you say, to get that 65, 70 points that you need to get into those European places, that's what we're going to need to do. Because you can't rely on the home form. The home form, I think, is now getting to a good standard. We're going to pick a lot of our points at home. But we need to start closing the door away from home. Last season, as you say, 2-0, then you can see those goals. It needs to be much better. It needs to be much better.
Definitely. I mean, you know, home form's very good. We know we're very, very good at home. And we have, to be fair, we've been good at home for quite a few years now. We're quite strong. Obviously, Marco Silva's made it even better. We're on a cracking run at home. And then points will come. But ultimately, it's away. That's the challenge. It's great being comfortable in front of your own fans and your own pitch and everything. Where I'll know this team is progression is when it can go to the likes of Bournemouth and sweep them aside. That's when you'll know that we're the real deal.
It's the resilience as well. Like, you know, last week we showed a bit of resilience against Wolves. You know, we came, you know, obviously 2-2, wins put them to the sword, then 1-3-2. We show that resilience away from home. If we are winning 2-1, 2-0, whatever, we see the results out, and that'll start picking the momentum. Then it's just that little bit away. Maybe even tweak the style a little bit. Maybe less open, because obviously Bournemouth are going to come on to you. It's going to behoove us to play on the front foot. The key guy, I think, for the game obviously is trying to get Gylfi Sigurdsson, Alex Iwobi in space in front of that back four, because the way they play, hopefully Gomez and Delph can basically draw out their 2 centre midfielders, and basically then you try and draw a centre half out to get against Gylfi. Then that'll open it up for us, hopefully. Because 4-4-2 is quite rigid in a way, in that sense, in the terms of the mark, and so hopefully we'll be able to expose certain parts of
this. Could be a game where Everton potentially revert back to playing on the counter attack. Really, you know, in the games we've seen this season, 3 of Everton's 4 games, we've dominated the possession. Strangely, we lost the possession, if that's what you want to say, at home to Watford, which was an absolutely weird game. In the other 3, we've averaging around 490, 500 passes a game, dominating the possession, it's up in the 60s for a couple of them.
I think that's what we're getting to as a team. You know, we're getting to the stage where we're like top 6 teams. Teams expect us to be a good side, so they are sitting off us and giving us more of the ball. And that's where we are. We have to start breaking teams down. Now, Bournemouth are not a team that we're going to have to break down as such. No. They obviously are going to be, you know, trying. Obviously, we'll be defending well, but you know, away from home, we need to get pick up the results in the sense that, so when we play those other teams like your Wolves, like your Burnleys, other teams, like they're going to sit in against Everton. And as I said, that when in the past, under Martinez especially, when that expectation became of Everton, a good side, we couldn't seem to break teams down. No. So it's that getting to that next level really, where we can, as you say, put teams to the sword on the road, and sweep them aside.
If I look at Everton offensively, obviously Richarlison, it's just done well for Brazil. In the international break, we've got obviously Moise Kean. Good to see him score for the under-20s, the under-21s. We've got Alex Iwobi, who did okay for Nigeria as well, and he's got 2 in his last 2 for Everton. Bernard, Gylfi Sigurdsson. We've got good defence. I mean, even Cenk Tosun, who has just had a cracker
gets best for players, doesn't he?
Well, exactly, but you know, a couple of goals for Turkey, and he'll be in the squad as well. So we're offensively, I think we've got more than enough to cause Bournemouth a lot of problems.
Well, I watched the Leicester game last week, and if you look at the goals, you can see the first one was the Vardy ball over the top. It's in one-on-one against defenders. Moise Kean one-on-one against them 2 defenders. He's going to have some joy as well, so hopefully we can do that,
The flip side to that is, you just mentioned that they have got some good attacking players, Bournemouth. They really have. Obviously, we all know about Callum Wilson. Josh King's a player I've liked for years. I think he's works hard, scores goals. Not massive amounts of goals, but gets enough. He's a real handful. Then they've got obviously Ryan Fraser and Harry Wilson now, obviously on loan from Liverpool.
Brooks is out, isn't he, injured? Brooks, he's a good player.
Dave Brooks, what a player he is, you know, a cracking player, runs between the lines, scores goals. But who would you pick out as Bournemouth's danger man, if you like, for Everton.
The combo is Fraser to Wilson. They've been, in terms of them two together, create most of Bournemouth's goals, score obviously most of Bournemouth's goals in Wilson's case. And Ryan Fraser really is the key one, because if he can get space, he can damage. Last week at Leicester, lovely ball into the channel, into the half space, for Wilson, who then clipped past the keeper for the goal. Yeah. And he was probably surprisingly, he was one of the best creative players in the Premier League last season. I think he created 27 big chances are ones that you conceivably expect the player to score. So he 27, that's a lot. So imagine every one of them was an assist, essentially, who had 27 assists, which probably would have been, I think that would have been a Premier League record. So that's how good he was last season. And if you do give him space and time, he can hit. Callum Wilson is a good finisher. I think Everton fans have wanted him in the past because of how good he is in around the box. So that combo there is what Everton needs. And obviously, it is another test for Michael Keane and Yerry Mina, because Wilson is quick, Josh King is quick. Yeah. So it's about being clever. This is where Delph, Gomez will have to sit in sort of more at times when Bournemouth are on the ball, just to cover the back two, screen the back two more effectively. But yeah, Ryan Fraser is the one. I think he's on a free in the summer, actually. I think his contract's up in the summer.
Yeah, well, he's linked heavily with the move to Arsenal, wasn't he? He's linked with Everton as well, all through the summer. I think he ended up with 15 assists did he get last season, which is... And how many goals?
I think it's 4 or 5, 6.
Yeah,
maybe,
so one of the most creative players certainly in the Premier League. So he's definitely one we will have to look out for. A couple of years ago when they beat us around Christmas, I think he scored the winner. He was a handful that day as well. So he's a tricky player. We'll have to watch him. And you're right, we'll have to defend. It gives Everton another a different challenge, I suppose, for Yerry Mina and Michael Keane, because they're going to be up against two mobile centre forwards. So.
It's going to be difficult for the midfield too as well, because I don't know if like Watford, they've got two big, strong centre midfielders. Lerma wins the ball back well, Billing, mobile, wins the ball back, decent passer from midfield as well. So they've got a different look. Last season they had Gosling, Lewis Cook, who's making us come back from injury, he's a very good player as well. So they've got a different look to the midfield now, so that will pose us some issues as well, because we've at times against your Tottenham's and Watford's last season, we did struggle against the strength and power. This season we beat Watford, of course, but so yeah, that's another element. So it's going to be a difficult game by no means, but overall, you look at the 11-11, Everton's quality if it shines through, we should win the game, but it's going to be a difficult game.
Yeah, played on grass, unfortunately, not paper.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. But look, if our best players play well, we should come in comfortably. But
yeah, listen, like I've just said before, for this team to progress and try and start fulfilling what the aims are, this is a place they've got to go and win. And that's not being disrespectful to Bournemouth, that's us focusing on what we've got to do. I'm sure Bournemouth fans watching this or thinking about the game will think, well, it's a home game and they're not one of the top 6, because, well, although we are at the moment, but so they'll think they've got an opportunity to win like us. But I look at it and just think, Sheffield United went there and got a point, and that was the day one. City have gone there and beat them. So they're not flying with confidence at home. And it's a good opportunity for us now to go there and put a marker down, get a result there, good result, and then we come back home against Sheffield United. And if we can get 3 points against Sheffield United, and if we could take 6 out the next 2 games, then it'd put us in great shape going into that Manchester City game at home. So big game for Everton at the weekend. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. You're confident? Are you thinking, this is a little bit of a bogey ground for us, so to speak, with us not winning? Is it about time Everton changed that? Of course it is. Let us know in the comment section. Well, big thanks to Andy for joining me on here. Give us your predictions as well in the comment section. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want more videos, get over and join us over on Patreon. See you later.
Toodles.